Hey guys, I'm doing a flipping video today. I'm going to be doing it in association with BoomBang49, who's standing next to me, and what we're going to be doing is competitive flipping. So I've got a mill and he's got a mill, and I'm going to be flipping rune plate bodies and he's going to be flipping obsidian shields, and we're going to see who can get the most money after an hour. And the entire video of us flipping, or me flipping, is going to be in like sped up in this video, and he's going to do the same and then upload it to his channel, which you can find in the description or on this video, and then we're going to see who can get the most money at the end of it. Okay, so if you don't want to watch me flipping for about 10 or 6 minutes, whatever it ends up being, then there's going to be a button you can click to skip the video to the end where we see you got the most money. But if you do, and you can probably learn something out of it, how we flip, find the prices and everything like that, and what we do if the prices crash or get dumped on. So it'll probably be quite interesting, but I'm going to stop now and start flipping. Alright, so first off, I decided not to do the rune plate bodies because they just really weren't selling. Basically, it really wasn't working, and the shields that Mike was doing, Boom Bang, they weren't working either. So we decided to do fish, and to start with I was going to do raw rock tails and he was going to do cooked rock tails, but I couldn't make any profit at all on the raw rock tails. It just wasn't really a raw rock tail day. But Mike was getting like a 30 GP margin on the normal rock tails. So I decided to do sharks, as you're now seeing, and I did, you know, I could see that I wasn't really gonna make a lot of money doing these, like definitely not 30 GP margin. At the start here I got like a 1 GP margin. It was really bad. I was talking to Mike on Skype while we were doing this, and he was definitely getting a better margin than me the entire way through. And then, like you may see in a little while, I got dumped on, or they've dropped a bit by like 10 GP as I was doing it. And when you only have a 1 GP margin, if they drop by 10 GP, that's, you know, you've lost quite a lot of money. Like, especially, it's quite a lot of money when you're making such a little amount of money. So normally, if this wasn't a competition, I wouldn't have bothered even flipping these for that day. I would have done something else. But I just carried on with these, and I was going to see what I could do with them. I think after 10 minutes I'd made about 1k, and Mike had made about 30. But, you know, it didn't carry on that way the entire thing. Mike just had a lucky first 10 minutes, I think, very lucky. Towards the end of the video, and especially right at the very end, he got dumped on, or out flipped, we call it, which is where someone else is flipping rock tails as well, and the other guy who was flipping rock tails was doing them for a lower price, like a lower margin than what Mike was doing. So that meant that instantly Mike wasn't that Mike couldn't then use those prices that he was doing, so he had to then go lower again, which meant he earned less money. You know, in upcoming videos I might explain a lot about, you know, all these flipping things, what can go wrong, like what you should do if an item crashes, and different types of crash, because there are some types of crash where it just drops like 5 GP but then rebounds, but occasionally you'll get caught in the midst of like a proper big crash where it drops like up to 5% of its original value which you started flipping at, and that can be a really big problem, especially if you have a lot of that item, because that can mean if it was 1000 GP when you bought it, you're gonna have to sell those items for 50 GP under, and even if you have 1000 of them, you still lose 50,000. But you need to remember that sometimes things are going to rebound, and you need to look at the charts and stuff like that. If it's you know, like a long-term merch you're going for, where you're going to hold on to the items for quite a while, then you should look at the charts of the item on the database, and you should look at what the item's done in the past. If it's had really big drops, like in the past 6 months, and it's rebounded after a few weeks, then you might think just to sell it and keep the cash and merch something else. But if it's only had drops of like a couple of weeks, then, or you know, even a few days, and it rebounds, you might want to hold on to the item, especially if you have a really large stock, like 500,000 of the item, and if they crash by 50 GP, then you've lost quite a lot of money. Once, a few years ago, I bought like 100,000 gold bars or something like that. So for every 1 GP they went up in a day, I made 100,000 coins. But for every 1 GP they went down, I lost 100,000. And they were sort of going up a few coins a day. So I was pretty happy with the money I was making with them. It was just like, it was something like, I can't remember how much it was. It was like 300 GP each, 100,000 gold bars, so like 30 mil or something. And in the end, I think gold bars went down by quite a bit. This was a few years ago. I'll just have a quick look at the graphs now to see what they are currently. But I think it was because of a new update that came out, which really does influence the market, and you need to be able to read the updates and realise what they're going to do for them when you're merching items. And this is what I didn't do, because the living rock caverns came out, which is where you can mine deposits of gold ore, and then that made the price go down by quite a lot. Yeah, they're now 128 coins, and they started crashing quite a lot, and I ended up just selling them for quite a lot less than what I bought them for. But if I read the update properly and understood what it meant for the market, then that wouldn't have happened. Only recently the Ring Evolve update came out, and lots of new people that hadn't really merged before thought, you know, Ring Evolves are going to go up by loads and loads, I should buy some of them. So they bought loads of them, and they were even selling for up to 100,000 each in the days after the update. But now I think they're really not worth that much at all, and the people that bought them for 100,000 each lost a lot of money. And they were the people sort of new to merchanting, I guess. And there's this sort of demand and supply, and there was a big supply of them and a big demand. But when you know, well, there wasn't, after the update came out, there wasn't really a huge demand for them. Like, the people that bought hundreds of them couldn't really sell hundreds of them, because people that wanted one had already bought one. Let's see how much they are now. Yeah, they're about 45k now, and they're steady selling for 45k. But if we look at the past 180 days, we can see they actually went from 10k to 45k. So if you bought them for 50k, then that, you know, and I think lots of people were selling them for 50k and stuff like that. But even if you bought them for 50k, then that still, you would have still lost money. At one point they went up to like 55k, and they were selling there, as you can tell from the graph, because they were still rising for a few more days before they crashed down about 15k. But anyone that bought them at 10k, you know, they're rolling in it. They've made 5 times their money in what they invested in them. So it's all about knowing the updates and what the updates mean to the market. So upcoming videos, I'm going to be doing a bit more stuff with BoomBang49, and there's going to be an annotation throughout this entire video to his channel and his version of this video, which I would definitely recommend checking out, because I think he flips slightly different to me, the way he finds the item and stuff like that. So that might be interesting for you and me to go have a look at that and just see what he does differently. But we're going to be doing some more of these types of video, and we've got some other ideas for some videos related to merching and not related to merching that we're going to do as well. We are both separate channels, but we're sort of working together a little bit at the moment. If you have any questions about any videos, any things to do with flipping, just join my clan chat, because I'm going to be in there quite a lot. So instead of adding me, if you just join my clan chat, and hopefully I'll be in there, and you can ask me a question and I'll answer it. Sometimes I might be a few minutes late answering it, because I'm doing AFK and at Bandits at the moment, but you know, I'll see it after like 2 minutes probably. So if I don't answer like before 2 minutes or quickly, don't think that I'm just like I've seen it and I just can't be bothered to answer you, because I will answer every single question that I get asked. It's just I haven't really seen it yet, because I'm sometimes just watching YouTube or just on the internet generally, like while I'm playing RuneScape, so I might not see that question. So the hour cut's a bit short. Alright guys, so we're back, and basically that didn't go too well, because sharks, I ended up doing sharks because it just wasn't a good day to flip armor. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but I couldn't even get like a 50 GP margin on them, so I just moved on to fish. So we decided that he would do rocktails and I would do raw rocktails, but I couldn't get a good margin on them, whereas he got a very big margin. So I ended up going on to shark, and that didn't really work either. I ended up getting a 1 GP margin, and as you can see, I got 15k I got in the end of that, and he got, yeah, so he got 190k, so that's a lot more than me. He was doing rocktails, we were on Skype when we were doing it. I think he got like a 15 to 30 GP margin normally, which is a lot more than my 1 to 2 GP margin. So we're going to be doing more of these things in the future, not exactly the same. We have a few ideas of what we could do. If you have any ideas, oh crap, I forgot to put my money in. If you have any ideas of what we could do also, you can leave them down in the comments box below. There'll be an annotation on this video where you can go see his version of the video. You should go check that out and see how he merged, and like his window. You know, I'll be checking that out as well. And we'll hopefully do more of these things in the future. Alright, so if you liked the video, then can you like the video please? Because you know, the more likes we get, the more people see this video, which is all good. And thank you for watching.